Taurus, hello, it's the Scorpio Stellium here, your no bullshit tarot card reader. We're going to take a look at the week of November 8th through the 14th, my birthday week. Okay, so we're going to look at what you need to know this week. I pull the astrology into it as well, tell you how I come to the conclusions I come to, and at the end we'll do a pick a card for what your message you need to receive this week is. What you need to know this week. All right, Taurus. Time to make some decisions, and you're making them. You're making them, and you're doing it in a very healthy way. I like that. You've got information that you didn't have before. I like that. Okay, so let's talk about what we've got here, and then we'll clarify. We'll get another layer. We'll look at every aspect of this that we need to look at. So we start off here with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is this little guy on his throne. I guess he's not a little guy, but you know, he's on his throne. He's got the waves, the water, the emotion under him, but he's sitting on top of it. He's firm, right? It's not like he's unemotional, but he's able to control his emotion. He's not letting it control him. He's not believing everything he thinks. And so this is the energy that I feel you're starting out with this week. You may think something and then you can say, do I believe that? Is that really true? Okay, I feel like I'm shit at this job, you know, for example. We'll just say that's the thought process. Like, oh, I think maybe I'm shit at this job. And then you say, actually, no, I'm not going to believe that. I'm doing a really good job. I'm working very hard. I'm getting better every day. You know, it's that kind of emotional regulation, that emotional intelligence that the King of Cups is bringing to the beginning of this week. It's next to the reverse Two of Swords and the reverse Eight of Swords, which this is where reversals are good. Okay, we like these reversals because what we're getting here with the reverse Two of Swords is, so Moon and Libra, that's very emotionally, Moon, Libra, indecisive. Okay, so it's like there was a point where you were at a stalemate. You didn't know what decision to make. You didn't know which way to go. And now you're trying to resolve that. You're like, okay, I have some clear direction. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to work this out because I don't want to be stuck anymore. That's the Eight of Swords. You know, you are not going to be stuck anymore in your own head. You're not going to be sitting there feeling like you can't move forward because if, you know, people get in these mindsets where they're like, I'm stuck. I'm like, you're not stuck. You just don't like the alternatives. You don't want to have to do the hard thing. That's really what it is. You don't want to do the hard thing. So people get stuck because they are afraid of doing that and getting out of their comfort zone. And I think you're finally at the point where you're ready to move forward. And you're like, you know what? I don't care what the hard thing is. I'm going to go through it and walk through it because my alternative is to remain in this stagnant position that's not healthy, that makes me feel fearful. It makes me feel like I have nowhere to move. I have nowhere to breathe. I can't just be me. And so if I have to, like, you know, step on a few toes to get out of this position, I'm going to do it because I can't keep compromising myself. And that's why we start off with the King of Cups, because there's this emotionally healthy thing going on within you. The next line, we have the reverse High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, and the reverse Nine of Pentacles. So the reverse High Priestess is often about ignoring intuitive gut feelings. It's also about things that are being kept, okay? Things that are being kept inside, that are being, you know, secrets. It's kind of the connotation that I get here. And I feel like there are some secrets that are coming to light with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is truth and clarity, you know, the clouds being pushed back so that the sun can shine and you can see what is in front of you. And I think that we're getting this secretive stuff cleared out of the way so that the truth can come through. And I do think that this is going to affect you in a difficult manner to begin with. It's the hard stuff. I mean, that's what we started off saying. And I can't make it not be hard. You know, life is hard and growth is hard. And I think it is going to be hard. That doesn't mean it's the wrong decision. It just means that it's difficult. So we have the Nine of Pentacles next to it. It looks like this may throw you off of your game a little bit. It can't even throw you off financially because it's a Pentacle card. It can also make you feel isolated. That's another connotation. You know, upright, the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, by yourself, but doing okay with it. Having it reversed gives me this feeling of I don't really want to be alone. I feel a little isolated. I need some support. And I think that's where this may, where this may come out. Now that everything is going to come out into the light of day, it's going to feel a little isolating. That, again, doesn't mean it's the wrong choice, because we do see that it's an emotionally healthy decision. It's probably something that just has to be walked through. And then we see the Five of Wands down here. Five of Wands is kind of some bickering. It's some competition. It's some arguments. It's not a huge blow up. It's not a huge fight, but it does feel like the passion is unbalanced. Having Saturn, this is Saturn in Leo is the association for this card. Saturn is the greater malefic planet. So it is a restrictor. It is the brakes in the car. It's the slow down and go the speed limit kind of planet. And Leo is not that way. Leo is passionate and it's ruled by the heart. Leo's associated with the heart. And it feels like we're taking the heart out of things. We're not being like truly loving in all of our actions. Or people may not be truly loving in all of their actions, and it's creating some tension, really. That's what you're getting. You're getting some tension here. And we have the reverse Page of Swords next to it. So this is the pages are messengers. They're communication cards, especially the Page of Swords. It's very talky. And having the Page of Swords reversed, we can have one of two things happen. We can either have no conversation, no communication, or we can have difficult, petty communication. And I think that's really what we're getting here, having it next to the Five of Wands, which is this combative tension kind of card. It's some words spoken that probably don't need to be said. So that's going to be my caution for you this week, is to watch your words, watch what you say, and make sure that it's something that you're going to want to answer for later, that you want down on the record that you said. If it came out of your mouth, you might have to bite your tongue a little bit this week so that it doesn't come back on you later. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. So we do get some rebalancing. We do get some kindness coming out of it at the latter end of the week. It seems like the difficulties are quick to come and quick to be resolved. So what you're walking through this week does not seem like it's going to cause long-term harm right here. I don't see some big, encompassing, awful, looming thing coming at you. And the reason I'm not seeing it as being big, awful, nasty is because I only have one major arcana card in this whole spread, the reversed it's the reversed High Priestess. And that's not really a nasty card. It's some secrets. It's some things that need to come out. So that's where we're at right now. Let's start clarifying. Let's get some more information. Let's see what we've got going on in love and work, in your emotional state, whatever else we need to look at. So let's start by clarifying the King of Cups up at the top, this emotional stability here. This can also be an energy of an individual who is compassionate with you. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune. I love that. Wheel of Fortune is associated with the planet Jupiter, which is the greater benefic planet. It is this planet that bestows gifts and bounty and abundance upon us. It is this planet that is what brings us joy. When you see it in your chart, it's where you are forgiving and kind and joyful and generous and all of those good things. So this card, the Wheel of Fortune, is associated with that planet. So it is all of the good things, right? So what we're seeing with the King of Cups is that you're setting the Wheel of Fortune in motion towards good things coming. What you're doing, the actions that you're taking now, are very helpful and constructive in your life. So let's now look at the reverse Two of Swords decision that is made or being made to get you out of the stuck position that you've been in. Okay. I gotta get a handle on my cards. I'm gonna stick all these back in the deck because I dropped about 5 of them. And I don't think that's relevant. I like it when I drop like 1 or maybe 2, but when I drop like 5 all back to back, I'm like, that's just bad shuffling. Okay, like Yeah, that works. The Aeon, okay? The Aeon in the thought deck is like the Judgment card. Okay, this is the bringing things into life, you know, breathing new life into something. So it's again telling us that now we're moving forward. Now we are dealing with the things that should have been dealt with. And these two are major arcana cards. So you're not going to see the whole picture of it this week, but what's underneath this is that you are now bringing the abundance into your life. You're bringing joy into your life. You are like kind of rising from the dead. You know, that's like what's coming back into your life because you finally made the decision, you know, or you're making the decision that has needed to be made for a very long time. And it has made you stuck in the past. And now it's like, okay, you're finally ready to move forward with it. Let's look at the reversed Eight of Swords. Okay. With the Hermit, okay, the Hermit card associated with the Virgo, this is inner wisdom. You see this? I'm pulling all major arcana now because what's going on underneath all of this stuff that seems relatively small and simple, these are like the baby steps that are building up to really big, beautiful, abundant, great things. And the Hermit card is your internal wisdom. It is knowing what's right inside of you and shining this light. You know, this card is all about your inner light and letting it be what it needs to be. You know, you may be meditating upon things. You may be going off on your own a little bit and trying to figure things, trying to sort things out. And it's this attention that you're paying to it now that's really, you know, getting you out of this stagnant energy. Let's look at the reverse High Priestess. Woo. Okay, I'll take both of those. Okay, we have the Six of Cups and we have the Ten of Cups. So past issues, okay? Past emotional issues, past love, past relationships, things that made you feel emotionally whole. That's the Ten of Cups. The Six of Cups is that nostalgic, sentimental, like reaching back into the past, looking at, you know, where this all maybe went wrong, or maybe what you miss or what you're trying to bring back. But there are some secrets about the past. They could be about family, spouse. They could be about partners. But they are definitely things that are very emotionally important to you that are coming up that need to be dealt with, that can no longer be left in the dark to just kind of, you know, be shoved in a closet, to just fester there. Let's look at the Ace of Swords, things coming to light and having clarity. Okay, so we have the Princess of Swords here. Okay, so we're getting, these are both Swords cards. We're getting communication, we're getting messages. You're getting communication from somebody or you are delivering it, and this is the truth. You know, and truth can be a double-edged sword. You know, that's something to, double-edged sword. That can be something to remember this week, is that the truth can hurt. You know, the truth can cut. And it can be painful, but it also cuts away what is not needed. Truth is, you know, one of the highest things to achieve, the highest goods, and it's because it's so hard that makes it so worth it. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. You know, all of this is talking to me about not letting lies or half-truths rule your life anymore. Being fully honest about who you are, what you need. Okay, Princess of Wands. So there is some, Princess of Wands is this card of adventure, okay? And having it clarify the Nine of Pentacles, what I think we're seeing here is this is about your passion, okay? And what stirs you, what excites you, what you really want, and you're willing to sacrifice for it. Let's see what else we get about the reverse Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the Knight of Cups. Okay, So we've got love being offered. We've got romance being offered. It may be, because I said this card was a little bit about isolation here. So it may be that the offer is not coming. You know, this is a situation that it may be, it seems sincere, but it's not. The Knight of Cups, just so you know, is not always a sincere love offer. It's this beautiful card. You know, here's this knight on the white horse, you know, and it's like, oh, riding to save me, right? And it's about love, and it's a mission of love, but it is often not a truthful love. So there may be some not backing it up with what is said, like not backing up the words. You may not be backing up your words about love. Like I'm not going to do what I say I'm going to do, or somebody else might be not actually taking the actions for you. It seems like, though, that there is some type of change, some type of shift in energy here, that what you're doing, even though it may cause isolation, in the future is going to create a new experience for you. It's going to create something that is better than what you've been dealing with right now. Let's look at the little skirmishes and the little fights that we've got going on here. Okay, Three of Cups, maybe having some disagreements with other women. Okay. And the Six of Swords, we've got Mercury and Aquarius. Mercury being your thinking, your reasoning, okay? Your listening skills. And Aquarius being this card of like establishing new orders. It's not an emotional card, it's a thinking intellectual card. So it may be that the types of attention being created are because nobody is really considering how the words are going to affect somebody else. Are you considering how your words are going to affect other people, and vice versa? But it does look like some tension with other women for sure, having Mercury in Cancer with the Three of Cups. You know, this is a card about, it's a feminine energy card. Communication, Mercury, Cancer. With Cancer is a feminine sign. You know, all the cards hold feminine and masculine energy. They're all associated with feminine or masculine, right? So Taurus is a feminine sign. Not saying that you're all women, but that's just how the zodiac works. And Cancer is a feminine sign. So we have communication with women, we have tension, we have words that are spoken out of a desire for progress, but are not taking into account the feelings as well. So Six of Pentacles. Let's get to this last card here. Somebody may be asking for money too. I'm going to put that out there. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. We've got an undercurrent of some power struggles here. The Six of Pentacles is a card about one person being the giver and one person being the taker. And it seems like, you know, there's a power dynamic there, that one is kind of above the other. And it seems that you're going to be engaged in some type of power struggles. You may be the inferior in this, you know, not that you're inferior, but in an inferior position where somebody else is the superior one in it. Or it could be the other way around. But we do have this power struggle, and this power struggle is going to be somewhat painful. It's going to feel like you're getting the shit kicked out of you a little bit at the end of the week. So that's just something to be aware of. I think that it can be avoided if if you just don't engage, if you just choose to not get into it with anybody, if you just choose to not fight it out, especially with the Mars energy right now this week, you know, with Mars, you know, trying to turn direct, it's just going to be better for you to stand down. Okay. So let's look at what messages you need to receive this week, what you need to hear this week. I'm going to choose 3 cards. Well, I will have 3 cards. You will choose 1 card. This is going to be the message that you need to hear. Please choose 1 card only, because you'll confuse yourself if you say that all resonate. They ain't all for you. 1's for you. So let's look. All right, Taurus. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. So you choose your card, pause if you need to. I'm going to jump right into it. Card 1, the Star. The Star is about healing. So you are healing, you're starting a new journey. And we saw a lot of that in the reading, that you're trying to pivot the direction of what things have been, the way they've been going. So this is you doing that new thing, having that new hope. Card number 2 is the Seven of Wands. This is about standing your ground, not giving up, not backing down. That's the message for you this week. Don't back down, stand your ground. And for card number 3, we have the Six of Cups. You have memories coming back. You may even have people coming back, but you have memories especially of different happier days where you're thinking back on that. You're being very nostalgic. And this may even signal somebody coming back into your life. As these thoughts come in stronger, you may accidentally manifest something or purposefully manifest something. So be sure that your thoughts are where you want them to be, and that they're actually, you're conscious of your thinking process. Thank you for watching. I will see you again next week.